So what's the reasoning for our new location?
Shut up, man.
We need to get a fire going.
Shut up, dude. So the reason, dear viewers, for our quite stark upheaval in filming venue is because we had a brainstorming session not long ago where we were like, this needs to be cooler. This needs to be, it was getting samey. And we took initiative and went, let's spice it up. Let's go out on tour, because that is, in essence, what we like to do. We like to get out there into places where you shouldn't, couldn't, wouldn't, you know what I mean? You're just out here in nature. And it brings out a different side of conversation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is
different nature.
What I was explaining to your dad earlier, because he asked why we were going out to do it instead of at the shed, which we'd done. And I basically said that the other day we'd sort of, me and you had talked about it and talked about how we used to have these sort of deeper conversations. And it was when we was out and about, on the longboards, going, across, like, walking down the coast.
Basically, it's about deep conversations, deep in nature, deep in thought. That's what we're about. Deep.
Yeah. And I think, it's sort of, it definitely clicked in my head when you brought it up that, like, the environment we're in plays a lot of the role of what we talk about, and how we open up, more or less.
I mean, so the location we're at today is Rendlesham Forest in Woodbridge in Suffolk, and we're in a clearing in the conifers where the new trees have been planted at various stages, and you've got birch and other kind of, like, I don't even know, like grass looking things, and it's just a very sort of like otherworldly kind of vibe. It brings out a different sort of tone and feel in your character, in your bearing, and it's nice. I feel very meditative, very quiet.
It's really quiet.
It's unnervingly quiet.
Yeah.
Like I'm about to be attacked.
It is literally like you just hear like wildlife, which is nice. Yeah, we've come off the beaten track. We've come off like the walking.
We're in Adder country. I forgot to mention. Yeah, there's like, we could die here. Like, I've got no anti-venom. I've got nothing.
Oh, if I had like a fake snake and I could just put it behind
I swear to God. You do that thing where like whilst I'm not looking, you've tied it to my shoelace.
Just tied it on. This video's so bad.
That'd be a short video.
No, no, but I'm loving this location. I think it's really nice and open. A little different from the usual shed.
Well, it's going to be different every time. Like, we might come back to a similar kind of place in future, but we're just trying to location hop, because that's the basis of what we're doing this for. Because in the journey of getting even to where we're going to film, and catching up in a usual kind of fashion, certain conversation topics crop up just because of just the environment. Do you know what I mean? Trees, people, and all of that. So
I think I'm actually going to face you a little more, because I feel like we're facing the camera.
Oh, I see.
And addressing the camera. I mean, really, I'm not really facing you.
I'd say we'd edit this out, but we're not about that. We're a
This is
one-take
in.
crew.
This is totally in. This is a edit on the go, leave it all in type of thing. That's better. Now well, maybe that's too
Hold on.
much.
Well, I mean, that's... Quit looking at me, man.
It's become a date. There we go. Maybe like this.
What angle is gay?
What angle?
What angle is gay?
I think this is chill.
Hold on.
There we go. Shove that in there.
Oh, God.
That feels like if it rolls, you're gonna get like stabbed by a stray like stick. The stick.
I'm gonna get caught by a stray. It's rough out here.
Yeah.
Right. This feels more organic. See,
That's better, I think.
now the viewer feels like a third person in a circle.
Yeah, that is. I think that's way better. Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
What we need next time is a small fire, a small camp stove.
Gosh, we're gonna get on Netflix. They're gonna.
Mate, I mess with it.
Dude, they're gonna put us on Netflix. We keep adding cool stuff.
It just keeps getting better. I like it.
We end up cooking on a stove. Dude.
Listen, I didn't say it. I just started. Gonna lose my ankles over the course of this.
I'm gonna throw this straight into the deep end. Right.
Place it in the fire, brother.
I had like a
Pause.
I had like I've had thoughts recently about purpose, you know.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know it's
crazy.
going there. About like, you know, as a young man in your 20s, and for me, like, you know, finding out what like purpose means to me, and like finding your place in the world. I was sort of thinking about that the other day, and through most of my 20s, like probably late teenage years to early to mid 20s, I definitely was like focused on finding a purpose. And recently I've come to the conclusion that I don't think you find your purpose, because by saying that you're looking for your purpose means you can also never find it, if you know what I mean. If you're like, if it's able to be found, it's also able to be lost.
Let me digest that.
And so I've sort of changed my thought process on the whole finding my purpose, and I've actually realised you don't find it, you create meaning. You create meaning in your life, which becomes your purpose. You know, you have to act on something, which then becomes fuel for your purpose. Because, you know, I've spent a lot of time thinking about, you know, what could my purpose be? Where can I find my purpose? How do I get to my purpose? And really, as a human being, my purpose is just to, you know, exist on Earth for this time period and act on things, which then, things that I'm passionate about, which then become my purpose. You know, so I mean, like, by creating it instead of looking for it or trying to find it. Right, that's all for the day. Let's pack it up.
Great take. Great take. Amazing. Let me
Let's digest that for a minute.
I'm a chew on that. Whilst I
I mean, like I said, this was only like the other week where I was just really, I went for a walk basically around the local,
that's better.
local park.
Christ.
Yeah, I went for a walk around the local park where I live, and it was late, it was dark, and I just, I didn't have any headphones because usually I will bring headphones out with me and listen to music and go for a walk. But that I didn't want to be distracted this time. I just wanted my own thoughts to reflect on. So I just went without headphones and walked for about 40 minutes. And on that walk, I was thinking of a lot of different things. And I sort of was processing the whole idea of having a purpose and trying to find it, and then actually realizing for myself that it's not about finding it; it's about creating it.
Okay. Here's my 3 pennies worth. Don't even know if that's the right saying, but you get what I mean. I've heard the phrase "finding your purpose" so much that it's almost lost all meaning for me, and I think you're on the money when you're talking about you make it, and it's not this big grandiose thing. It's this kind of like slow burn. It defines itself the further you go along the path of whatever your curiosity or whatever you want to develop takes you, and it just comes about, like the whole finding it. I've just been really, it's just so saturated. It's so about you social media, just in your sphere of awareness as a person nowadays. It's always people banging on about trying to sell you some course, trying to get you to enroll on this just so you find your purpose. And it's just such a commercialized phrase now. And I just think it's so much more simple. It's basically, in my mind, how do you want to spend your time? You've got 8 years, if that. How do you want to spend it? And from that simple question, you could do it with a pen and paper. From that question, you're like, well, I want to spend my free time doing this. I want to be around these types of people, and I'd like to contribute to this thing. But also at the same time, you've got to bring that kind of like enlightened thinking down to a very sort of like grounded level and be like, I also have some essential needs I need to meet, like providing for myself, anyone else in your life. And there's that sweet spot where you could be like, I want to be a traveling leather worker who lives on a boat and just sails from port to port, making cool belts. There's that, and then there's also, I also need to pay for stuff. It's just finding that sweet spot. I don't think I answered that very well, but
it's a
very difficult one
to think about. Yeah.
Purpose. See, I can't answer it. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean,
do we have a purpose? There you go. I'll
yeah.
Uno that. I mean, do we have a purpose? What's the purpose of? Why do we labor? Why do we put this urgency on ourselves when nothing else does? And it's only just recently, in the whole of human history, almost feeds back into what we were talking about earlier, about early humans and that, and early tribes. All of this, industrial revolution, nuclear family, breadwinning, investing, having a portfolio, being able to retire at a certain age. All of this is so new and so forced upon us culturally that, if you stop for even a minute and be like, what are we doing? Because really, we're supposed to be, in larger groups of families or whatever, who all have a certain kind of specialism where, these guys are raise meat animals and these guys are a family of carpenters and furniture makers, and there's an exchange, there's a local economy, and you all grow food, you have your local festivals and that. And I think deep down we're all still there. And anything beyond that, as fantastical as it is and what all the advancements and that, we haven't really got past it. And so there isn't a purpose. You're just made to feel like that. You're engineered to feel that lack.
Yeah, to find your role in society. Yeah. Yeah, because everyone around you, in your close family has, or people you meet, has found their role, or not found their role, But
you sit with anyone long enough,
yeah,
they'll they're aware of. I don't want to say the game because it's cliche.
Or the rat race.
Yeah, the rat race. You can't. It's just they know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're in the world. Do you know what I mean?
I think deep down people know what's going on, but I think people choose, at the end of the day, they choose a certain life, for themselves, or an existence. That is probably the easiest option for them at that point, which is to just, follow along with the crowd, with the society as is, and not step away from it, because it is the majority. And that's the easiest option,
Do you think that it's a luxury that we get to, instead of doing overtime right now at our regular paying jobs that we could be doing in order to support a family that we, care about, doing a job that's so-so, to pay for a house? Like, what we're doing right now is like, I don't think, like, would we be asking these questions if, 30 years ago, when, we weren't all interconnected with the internet and, the exchange of all these new ideas and new ways of living.
Didn't have access to all the information
Yeah.
we do today, or even, like the information presented to you by other external sources every day, like through social media or through TV or through radio. Through every medium, you are presented with, world issues, local issues, on all these different scales, and you're expected to just deal with it, when really for thousands of years we only ever dealt within our personal community and our small, like, sort of tribe, as human beings.
You'd finish every day, the fire.
It would be more like this,
Yeah.
like what we're doing right now, with like no distractions, lots of quiet, peacefulness.
And something else to throw into the mix. Someone was talking about the ratio of time over the course of, like, say, like a day, was like how long their work was, like, sort of like between sort of like hunter-gatherer to sort of like early sort of communal farming, permaculture type stuff. That was only like, now maybe getting this wrong, but it was only like, so when it was a collaborative kind of living, I'm not talking about like a single family homesteading trying to provide for themselves. I'm talking about a communal group of families or whatever. They'd only go for like 3 or 4 hours. And then they'd spend the rest of that time connecting, making baskets, just general leisure where they're just enjoying being.
Yeah, it wouldn't be 9 to 5, like,
No.
starting at 9, finish at 5.
No.
It would not be,
No.
It wouldn't be like that. Yeah, it would be like what you're saying. Obviously, there would be like communication in terms of we need to get this job done this time of year.
Yeah,
the
that's the time
seasons.
frame.
Yeah,
There'd be no, oh, by about October 20th, I want to get this project wrapped up. There's no,
yeah.
that wasn't the type of time frame that they were working within.
Yeah, and I think there was a variety of different people who did different things as well. You probably had people who'd done certain jobs
Yeah.
certain times of the year for all day. Like, you know, they'd get up, they'd start, ploughing the fields, and they would carry on like all day. Like they wouldn't, but they wouldn't obviously work themselves to death, but they
No.
would, do that work because that work needed that much labour in order to get it done that time of year. And then provide, and then obviously it was the importance of doing that was to provide for your community.
Yeah.
So you would,
And that was the end of it.
yeah, there was no financial gain. It was about more.
Is everyone
survival.
fed and happy and
Yeah.
well?
Yeah,
That was the end goal. That was
and
it.
that was the driving factor. Yeah, which is why you probably got people working like easily 12 hours in a day because that was what they were working for, the community, and that's all the value was.
Yeah.
But then you also, like you said, people, would probably do just 3 hours of work a day if they felt like it, or
Yeah.
it wasn't like, I don't think, well, I mean, it's all, I'm not basing it off a fact of anything, but I don't feel like it was as strict many years, like thousands of years ago or thousands of years ago. I don't think it would feel like it was as strict as it was, or as in line as it was today. Everything's very, everything's like been looked at from a
Everything's under the
consumer capitalist perspective of like efficiency. Yeah.
productivity,
Yeah.
all of that. Yeah, and like just the amount of personal gain as opposed to the people around you in a similar age group. All of that, all of those pressures, and yeah, to follow on from the first question being purpose and what's your main driver as a person, that kind of language and that kind of mindset, in my mind, all stems from the current predicament of us leading these modern lives. And I think it's important to remind yourself that, yeah, it's you can't get away from it unless you go completely off grid, which is not an option that many people have and would want to do. There's a lot of benefit from living the way we do, obviously. I like a holiday. But it's just reminding yourself that, hold on now, you're not, you don't suck at everything, and there's no need to feel like you're behind on anything. It's just, a sign of the times, isn't it?
Yeah. And yeah, I think we're, really, we are very lucky to live in this time period where you do have a lot of choice.
Yeah.
I think it may not always feel like it, but we do live in a time where it's quite, everything's quite prosperous in terms of stuff.
You seen how loose the soil is?
Yeah. I think that's because it's just years of like leaves and stuff.
Detritus.
It's just
It's just like
fallen.
It's just like the tendrils of the roots. Oh, shit! Look at that.
Yeah, like lots of things like
That's
bark,
crazy. How bizarre.
branches, the like conifer, needle leaves. Yeah, all piled and makes
See,
this
now,
very
now
acidic.
I've got sand.
Yeah, it's like a very acidic soil.
So, What are you gonna do about it?
What you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do about it? That's you've basically you've got to recognise you're in the game and still play it. That's where we are. How are you gonna play it?
That's a good question. I think
How do you want to play?
for a long time I wanted to leave the game. Not like permanently, but
Well, that's coming.
but like the idea of going travelling, you know, and just living day to day, you know, not really having a plan, and just experiencing, you know, a different environment, different part of the world was in my head a way of leaving the system, which obviously eventually fueled our trip we took to Australia. Yeah, I'm getting extra stiff as well. My ankle's killing me.
And you've got the better log, mate. You've got the log 2.0. I'm on.
Get old again. Get old.
I'm on the default. I'm on the basic subscription for seating out here. Oh Christ, that's better.
Yeah. So I want to know how long you before we went to Australia in what year was it? 2023. We left, November 2023. Came back June 2024.
Yeah.
Had you always wanted to do a prolonged trip away?
Only because of people around me, and it slowly kind of filtered into my brain where I was like, I would like that. I do like that nomadic lifestyle of going, I'm just gonna be today. I'm just gonna be, I want to be for just for a while. No, you can't be like that all the time, but like I say,
Yeah, I think, after uni, getting into industry and being, I know we said earlier, as like, getting into the rat race straight away of getting like the 9-to-5 job and working that 5 days a week. Yeah, there was definitely that thing missing of like travel. And I think it was you that actually brought up Australia and going to Australia.
Do you want to know what brought up Australia?
Okay.
Big Les.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's why. If we boil it down,
it was
this is the
which
the
you
result.
got me onto, yeah, because I think at uni you were like, hey, have you seen this?
The first video going, oh, you fucking Fargo, Les. And we were hooked, and that's it.
Yeah. And
what became just a light bit of entertainment while still on Photoshop for hours on end became the goal. I've got to meet Jared. I've got to find him.
Dude, the amount of times I was at uni, I was struggling with like assignment work, and I'll just put on, the 10-minute episode of Big Les. It was quite funny to have that through uni. But yeah, I mean, I remember telling obviously you and our other friend Suzanne that I wanted to travel. Before uni I wanted to travel.
I remember you had that mate that done that extended kind of
that's kind
trip.
of where it came from. When I was in just left school, my best mate at school, he
dude, when was the car park?
I think it was 10 to 5. It runs out.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So yeah. quick digress.
Dude, that was crazy. Right. It was 10 to 5, wasn't it?
Yeah. We got 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then we can head back. Yeah.
With an upbeat pace, maybe.
Yeah. We'll get back.
I have to put some stank on it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to start finding a point to this chat and
yeah, we're gonna
start wrapping it up.
we're gonna wrap this one up quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically I'll just
Quicker.
quicker, pressure. Yeah, so my mate after school went to Thailand for a month, and then came back, and then he was like totally different, mainly because he had done a lot of drugs. but
That's one way to do it.
but I like was like that's sort of when I was like in my head I was like, oh, I need to, you know, experience the world a bit, because at that point when I was about 18, 19, I'd already been having for a couple of years those thoughts and feelings of like purpose and what I want to do in life, because obviously in school they you know, put you through your GCSEs and like, you know, you got to choose the right GCSEs so you can get the right into the right uni or whatever, so you can prolong your education to get the good job.
Stay in the loop.
Yeah. And so I think that's why a lot of young people, like teenagers, young people, they come up at that point in life, they come up with these questions of purpose, because life is already telling you to figure it out, you know, even though you're like, you know, 16 years old. You know, you've literally just started. Like, you've barely even started at that point. And life is already telling you to like.
Do you want to know what would genuinely alleviate all of that? If someone just sat, you know, across me from a desk and said, listen, from where you're sat right now at the tender age of 16 or 17, you're not going to figure it out. I'm not going to expect you to figure it out either. You know, if someone would have just said that and gone, listen, all right, you were going to get it wrong so many fucking times. You might not even get it right. It's literally, if I was a counsellor and I had the opportunity to talk to young people at that integral point, go, listen, you think you're going to figure it out, you won't. You're going to meet people 10 years on and they're still not going to have it figured out. They might have families, look like they've... Basically, everyone over time just gets better at looking like they've figured it out. They've just got more layers, more shells. You know what I mean? And, you know, you have enough drinks with them, they'll crack. And they're like, I figured it out. I still don't know what I want to do. Just chill. Make the best decision from wherever you're at. And when you're done with that thing and you've got out of it what you wanted, leave. Go on to the next thing. Don't allow your identity to be attached to anything. Just make the best out of the time you got. And just don't get put on the ground with too many regrets. Do your best, be kind. Try and make people's lives a bit better. Now get out of my office. I've got 30 more kids to see.
I've got 30 more kids to tell that to.
And it's already, I've already gone into my lunch hour. But yeah, like, that's what we need to be telling people.
Yeah. Because I have like vivid memories of choosing my GCSEs and my thought process being, you know, asking adults what I should choose in order, you know, what I should choose, and then just to give me the best opportunity in life from a work perspective. Not even thinking for myself that actually I have passions in something. You know, even though my parents encouraged me to follow my passions, I was still caught up in, oh, I should take, you know, all the sciences, the maths, the English, because those are the generic things which get you into like maybe a better educational situation.
Basically, people just go, what's the best way to cover the most bases? Do you know what I mean? What's the safest bet? Obviously, I get it. Do you know what I mean? You know, there are some parents that recognise a kid's musical talent and they're free-spirited enough to be like, go all in. Fuck it. Get it wrong. Whatever. And, big up them.
Yeah.
That's a really cool approach.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, nah, man, you are knuckling down.
Mm.
You're gonna be an engineer.
Well, how do you feel about? How did you choose yours?
How did I choose mine? I didn't. How did I choose mine?
What was 16, 17-year-old Harvey?
I wanted to get into conservation. I was all about, conservation, the environment, and the sciences, kind of. I just wanted to be Steve Baxshall from Deadly 60.
Yeah.
That's it. I just wanted to follow him around and go, is that a pink river dolphin? No way! That's it. That's it. But,
Yeah.
reality hit. No.
Mm.
And, yeah, I mean, I didn't think I was going to go to uni or anything like that.
Yeah.
I got terrible results. It was shit. And it was
Were your-
only through.
Were your parents like at any point were they like almost pushing you to go to uni because
Christ, no.
cause,
No, that weren't mine.
yeah, because my parents were different. My mum a bit more laid back, but my dad was definitely pro. Like you need to go to university so you can have like the best start. pretty
Zero.
much.
Zero.
On your side, it's like
Literally. Now, to their benefit or to their fault, my parents are very much like, I'm 16, I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, I don't know, man, I'm still figuring it out. Fuck around, find out. If you like it, keep going. If you don't, quit. And that was them. And sometimes I do wish that I had a bit more of a fucking push in certain directions, but, it's like, what's the word? Sometimes you've got to put a plant in the ground and see what happens. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. I just went, right. Everywhere I've gone has been near enough the product of me. There's no. I'll say, is that a good idea? And they go, I guess so. Like, you guess so? And they're like, listen, we don't know. You didn't take that route. They both followed a route of necessity because of my dumbass. It's cropped up on the server. Yo,
new player into the
New
game.
player. New player, look after me. Google Gaga.
I'm gonna need like 14 years, 15 years of.
I need XP. I need
I need to be
XP.
built up.
I need armor, XP. And like, you
Yeah.
can't fault them because that's the cards. That's what they had. And if we had those cards, would we have played them any different?
No.
You and me right now, I might be a gas engineer. You might be working as a, some kind of quantity surveyor, or just, these are just, I've just picked up 2 random job descriptions I've seen on Indeed today. Do you know what I mean? And, we'd be talking about how things are going, and we'd be none the wiser. But I honestly think we'd just have a different bag of problems. But we'd also be settled in areas that we're not currently settled in. It's just a shift. So right now we might seem worse off, but there are certain freedoms that alternate versions of us wouldn't have.
Oh yeah, I've definitely since coming back from Australia, it's been a year and a few months now. I've definitely like tried to hang on to the freedom we had out there.
As have I.
For the time being, like I'm not hustling. I'm not trying to, buy and sell this. I'm not trying to, start up like a business here and another business over there. I've literally the last year and 3 months I've worked 4 days a week because I've kind of just allowed myself after traveling to not reflect, but just to figure things out a bit more. Process that trip in Australia and do practical manual work for a bit, and not push myself to the extent I need to. I know. We're wrapping it up. We're wrapping it up. The producer's on my ass.
Damn, I just hope you got some good shoes on. We don't have to fucking run.
We're gonna make it. It's fine.
I mean, you don't think car park attendants or roaming around a forest, but it's probably digital, innit?
No, I think we'll be
Cameras?
all right. We'll be all right.
Ah.
We'll be all right. Don't worry.
You're like, let's go halves on the fine. Fuck all that!
You're getting paranoid because my laid backness has got you fined before.
You can use my train pass. I'm still bitter.
All right, we'll wrap it up there for now. I think that was good.
I think that was good.
Yeah,
that was good.
I like
think
it.
We're able to stay in a focused space for a good while.
Yeah,
and still free roam.
I like this. More of this.
I'm not doing anything if it ain't on location.
Yeah, that's
Like
it.
if it's comfortable and convenient, I'm not coming. Oh my leg. Oh my leg.
Oh god.
Turn the camera off. Turn the camera off.
All right, cheers, bro.
Turn the camera off. Oh god. Get my ass up. Oh my god. We out. Woo.